There was depression bothering me again. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sagayote Talks to Himself for about an hour and a half reading SCP articles. My goal is to read one every day. Well, eventually be able to read 10 per day because I have the time for it. I just don't have the vocal strength, I guess you could say, or maybe vocal technique. I can't talk very long for very good before I get uncomfortably breathy. So, let's start again. Also, sorry in advance if I don't comment too much on these ones. I already read them before, and then it turned out that I didn't have my stream on. I don't know how I missed that, but I did not have my stream on. But anyways, let's get to the good stuff. Well, in comparison to me groveling. Alright, let's go. Just gotta open this window. Open this window. And this window's open. SCP-011. Item number SCP-011. Object class safe. Well, somewhat safe. It depends on how safe you would feel if a sentient statue shot at you because birds were shatting on it. Anyways, special containment procedures. Item SCP-011 and the area surrounding it are to be cleaned at least once every day. For safety purposes, cleaning should start at least 30 minutes after sundown. Cleaning should always be performed by at least 2 personnel who are also advised to note anything unusual about the item or debris cleaned up. In a situation where the item cannot be cleaned for more than 2 days, local residents must be contacted and instructed not to approach the item. You could give us a cover-up story. This way we know what's going on. Containment procedures nullified. 2004. Description: SCP-11 is a Civil War memorial statue located in Woodstock, Vermont. The statue is the image of a young male soldier holding a musket at his side and is carved out of granite quarried from the area. Occasionally, more often than not, at least as far as stone statues go, SCP-11 has been observed lifting its musket to the sky to fire at birds which attempt to land or defecate on it. And again, I went into a little bit of rant on this last time, but don't shoot at the birds because they drop poop. I know what that's like. I've been crapped on 3 times, each time at a bus stop, and I work somewhere that involves a lot of power washing bird droppings. It's annoying and gross, and you learn very quickly to not talk to yourself while you're doing it, but don't shoot at the birds. Report details that its movements produce soft grinding sound, but do not cause it any structural failure. Oddly, the gunfire is very similar to that of standard firearm, despite observations that the item held only loads granite bullets and granite powder into the musket, which is unharmed by the firing. In spite of its efforts, some fecal matter does manage to strike SCP-011, and it has reportedly become distressed when it has had a large amount of feces on it, some rare occasions even firing at humans. And this thing is safe. I like to point out that up here it says safe because it's safe. Addendum: those assigned to maintain SCP-011 to see document number 011-1 for instructions. Document number 011-1 maintenance brief. Document Archive 2004, accessible to personnel with security clearance 2-011 or higher. Which I've never seen this security clearance before. 2 out of 11? I guess it's just specific to 11. Continue. Additional information. SCP-0011's seeming sentience has increased since the first report of activity in 1995. As of 2004, the item's containment procedures have been dropped, but it remains under constant observation. Recorded below are landmarked events in its activity. Timeline 3.12/1995. Woodstock residents report the statue's eyes moving, the first sign of activity. I'd like to draw your attention to this thing, which is assumably the statue. It's not tiny. Look at how it is compared to that tree. And its eyes are covered by this hat. So I don't know who's seeing it, or how many people are like focusing real hard. I don't know. 9/30/1995. Statue shoots musket for the first time. This is a very calm way to say a statue came to life and started firing a stone gun. 10/9/1995. Statue begins shooting birds from the sky. 1/25/1996. Registration as SCP-011 containment procedures begins. 4/14/1997. SCP-011 observed moving casually and looking around. 5/3/2000. After caretaker blank jokingly shouts, "Good shot," to SCP-011, the item replies, "Thank you," in a reportedly very human voice, first speech from the statue. 10/22/2001. SCP-011 has conversation with caretaker blank. We don't know about what, but I assume because of what happens, romance is in the air. 2001, shooting of birds stops. 6/2002. At the imploring of blank, SCP-11 steps down from the pedestal. I would not want a living statue with a gun to step down from a pedestal. And that might be what's wrong with me, because it just has a better vantage point from up there. 23/24. SCP-011 reaches human levels of self-awareness. So, over here in 2000, when the caretaker says "good shot" and it says "thank you," it didn't have human level of self-awareness. 11/10/2004. Containment procedures drop. Custody of SCP-011 transferred to blank. To blank. 5/17/2005. Blank reports that SCP-11 is romantically attracted to her. Yeah, because you complimented him shooting. 8/29/2006. Most recent psych test reports an IQ of 133. And here's the citation, which I should have started with. I have no idea what this is. Well. And I read this yesterday. Okay, well, this is the citation. Item number SCP-012. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-012 is to be kept in a darkened room at all times. If the object is exposed to light or seen by personnel using a light frequency other than infrared, remove personnel for mental health screening and immediate physical. Object is to be encased in an iron shielded box suspended from the ceiling with a minimum clearance of 2.5 meters from the floor, walls, and any openings. Description: SCP-012 was retrieved by archaeologist K.M. Sandoval during the excavation of a northern Italian tomb destroyed in a recent storm. The object, a piece of handwriting. Oh, okay, I know which one this is. And it's not a piece of handwriting, it's a piece of handwritten. Musical score entitled On Mount Golgotha, which sounds like an H.P. Lovecraft monster. Part of a larger set of music sheets appears to be incomplete. The red-black ink, first thought to be some form of berry or natural dye, was later found to be human blood from multiple subjects, but no sweat or tears, so there's only so much that these subjects were willing to give. The first personnel to locate the sheet, Site 19 Special Salvage, had two members descend into insanity, attempting to use their own blood to finish the composition, ultimately resulting in massive blood loss and internal trauma. I mean, at that point, you might as well just let them finish. Following initial investigation, multiple test subjects were allowed access to the score. They were allowed access or they were forced to, because allowed gives a different connotation than what the Foundation normally does. In every case, the subject mutilated themselves in order to use their own blood to finish the piece, resulting in subsequent symptoms of psychosis and massive trauma. I would too lose it if I caused myself massive trauma. Those subjects who managed to finish a section of the piece immediately commit something, declaring the piece to be impossible to complete. Yeah, that's quitter talk. Attempts to perform the music have resulted in a disagreeable cacophony, with each instrument having no correlation or harmony with the other instruments. Yeah, because the people writing it were losing blood as they did so. Okay, 13. Item number SCP-01. There's some police driving by, and it's... I don't know if you can hear it. I apologize. Anyways, where was I? Item number SCP-013. Object class Special... well, safe. Well, as safe as a cigarette can get, which... relatively unsafe. It should be object class unsafe, with parentheses un. Special containment procedures. SCP-013 are to be kept in secure storage vault at Site 66. Exposed subjects are to be monitored for differences between their symptoms. Exposed subjects are to be interviewed daily, and any change in the perception are to be logged. Description: SCP-013 is the collective designation of 242 cigarettes which display similar anomalies. The most common external detail between instances is the presence of the words Blue Lady handwritten on each cigarette in blue ink. Subjects who consume the contents of SCP-013 through inhalation will begin to perceive themselves as a specific unidentified woman. Subjects have described the woman to be aged between 25 and 35 years old, approximately 1.6 meters tall, with an estimated weight of between 50 and 55 kilograms. Additional recurring details include cropped dark hair, blue eyes, and bright blue lipstick. So here's the thing. It's a styro cup of soda, and I'm using my steel straw, and I just love the way it sounds. Okay, that was the thing. Immediately after consuming an instance of SCP-013, subjects will gradually begin to perceive reflections of themselves as having the features of the woman, and will gradually perceive their bodies changing to reflect her appearance over the course of the following weeks. All changes are entirely mental. The subject's body does not change outwardly, only their perception of themselves. These alterations are permanent and cannot be reversed. So you think, but it doesn't change over time. You just, whatever image the cigarettes gave you of yourself, that's what it stays as. It's just whatever it's kind of funny though, because like some people, they see themselves as 55 and some people see themselves as 50. Some see themselves as 25, and some people see themselves as 35. So there's a 5 kilogram difference that they can end up seeing themselves, and a 25 to 35 difference. So some might be happy, some might not be. Some will be living the rest of their lives thinking, I just can't. I don't know. That's scary. Now that I think of it, it was started off as funny, but not anymore. SCP-013 was discovered after the blank of an Ian Miles packed in large cardboard crate in his apartment. A cursory search of the apartment uncovered several hundred sketches of a figure strongly resembled the one perceived while under 013's effect. Miles' body has been found sitting at a desk, dead of a massive overdose and draped over a handwritten note described below. During the investigation of Miles' apartment, one civilian investigator became affected by 013's effect. So they went in, there is a blank done, there is a picture, and they just helped themselves to these cigarettes. An embedded agent soon contacted the nearest site, and the subject, the artifact, and the related evidence were extracted and contained. Currently, 217 instances of SCP-013 cigarettes are contained at Biosite 66. 25 SCP-013 cigarettes are contained at Research Sector 09 pending future research similar anomalous effects. Addendum. Below is a note which was acquired during SCP-013. I see her everywhere. That sad blue lady. I feel like... Okay, so I have a question for anyone who... Hold on. Let me just check something. Where is it? Shoot. Oh, here we go. Is chat talking? Sorry, it's because like I have it. Okay, it just says welcome to the chat. Okay. It's like, oh, I suddenly made friends, but never mind. We just crush out those hopes like a cigarette. No worries. Alright, so let me just put this up here. So my question is, how do I narrate this where it's words thrown scratched through? I is there like, because these I just like when there's a it's blacked out, I just say blank, or when it says redacted I just say redacted, but I don't know how to do this. Anyways, I feel like I know her, but I can't remember. I love her, but I don't know why. She's so beautiful and sweet and clear, but I don't know anymore. Her favorite flavor. Where did you go? I miss you. Somebody sounds like they were read Bukowski. And here's the citation. Alright. You know what? I am curious what this guy's name is. Hold on. SCP-14. Damn it. Hold on. Let me just click this. SCP-014 is the Concrete Man. Okay. That was bugging the hell out of me. Let me just get a little drink. Item number SCP-014. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-014 is to be kept in sight blank in a chair with arms preferably facing a window. Music should be supplied on a regular basis, preferably constantly. The music should not include pieces originating after 1937. A security camera should be present in SCP-014's room. Oh yeah, here's the citation. Description: SCP-014 is a Caucasian male appearing to be approximately 30 years of age with black hair, brown eyes, and somewhat round face. Records indicate his name to be Robert Chetford, confined in 1915 to the Northwich Asylum in the Connecticut for the delusional insanity, claiming that he had been cursed to live forever and was slowly turning concrete into concrete consequently. Hold on. And was slowly turning into concrete in consequence. Who says that? Was that the way they just talked? Anyways, the asylum closed in 1937 and the patients were transferred to various other facilities. SCP-014 came to Foundation attention in 19 from rumors of a patient who seemed to be entirely immobile and showed no signs of aging. Further investigation that acquisition was warranted. SCP-014 is to all outward appearances a normal man, but he does not appear to age and shows no signs of possessing a metabolism. He does not eat, drink, perspire, or in any other way demonstrate life functions. He breathes only to speak, and apart from his eyes and vocal apparatus, is to all appearances utterly immobile. He has never shown any evidence of pressure ulcers, despite his position not having varied for several decades. Neither do his muscles appear atrophied. He can converse normally, but shows little knowledge or interest in the events since his confinement. Well, it's a good thing that he's not mad about, being stuck. Because then he too will want the internet. So at least he doesn't have the same problem as the guy with the abdominal globe. Addendum. Note: frankly, were I to interview this man without knowing his history, I think he was a perfectly sane and well-adjusted individual who happens to be quadriplegic. As it is, I have to conclude that he is the ultimate proof of the idea that the mind rules the body. He thinks he's concrete and will live forever, and so he's as close to as he can be somehow. Dr. Blank. Yay, he thought he was stone, and basically he's stone, or he was actually cursed. It'd be pretty interesting if we find out that this was an actual curse. I would like that. I hope it's an actual curse. No offense, mister. Also, I want to know what you did to the witch. I'm curious. Maybe you were in the wrong, sir. You messed up. Anyways. I don't need to say anyways after the other one. Alright, then. SCP... Oh, well. Dr. Gears from SCP Wiki. SCP-015... I don't need it. SCP-015. Item number SCP-015. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-015 is impossible to move and is contained on site. A gap of at least 6 feet or 2 meters needs to be maintained around the entire structure containing SCP-015 at all times, and no structure of any kind are to make contact with SCP-015's currently contained structure. Exploration is permissible, but only in teams of 3 with full safety lines and GPS tracking. Any protrusions from SCP-015 must be capped and sealed immediately, with the new site recorded and logged. No aggressive action is to be made within SCP-015. No hand or power tools are allowed anywhere inside SCP-015. No repairs or maintenance are to be made anywhere in SCP-015. So don't do anything. In fact, don't go in there. Description: SCP-015 is a mass of pipes, vents, boilers, and other various plumbing apparatus, completely filling warehouse in blank. The pipes appear to grow when not under observation, attempting to connect to nearby structures via sewer systems and underground plumbing. SCP-015 contains a current estimate over 190 kilometers or 120 miles of pipe. That's a lot of piping, ranging in diameter from 2.5 centimeters to over 1 meter. That's a thick, wide pipe. Some pipes appear new while others are rusted and leaking. Pipes have been reported as being made of bone, wood, steel, pressed ash, human flesh, glass, and granite. No pipes composed of lead, PVC, plastic, copper, or any other traditional material from the production of pipes have been found. So basically, if it's not different and trippy, this thing doesn't want anything to do with it. None of that traditional crappy copper and plastic stuff. Nah, we want flesh and wood and just pressed ash. I don't know why that bothered me so much, but it does. SCP-015 reacts to tools and aggression. Any personnel acting violently, carrying tools, or attempting to damage or repair SCP-015 in any way will trigger a reaction. Any pipes near the subject will burst, spraying on the subject for several seconds before the flow suddenly stops. Pipes have been reported containing oil, mercury, rats, a species of insects not yet identified, ground glass, seawater, entrails, and molten iron. Pipes will continue to burst around the subject until death or retreat. So, here's the thing. If you mess this thing up and it gets mad at you, in the best case scenario, you will get sprayed with oil, mercury, rats, unidentified bugs, ground glass, seawater, or entrails. Okay? Best case scenario. One of the worst case scenarios is molten iron. And this is because of how quickly it will kill you, and how much scars it's going to leave if it doesn't kill you. Also, I'm assuming that it's going to be a lot of fumes on this thing, so even if you get away in this tight space, it's might not help you. SCP-015 was cut back to its current structure after attaching to 11 other structures in the area. Currently, 11 personnel have been killed and 20 more are missing. Reports have been made of banging and screaming coming from SCP-015. Okay, so here's the thing. I know that this is I read this thing right here, and it's good. It's really good, but it is a story. Basically, somebody goes in to get some data. One guy's a jerk, and he gets killed. I want to say by hot steam. The two people there run. One person gets trapped in a section of pipe that's like airtight, and she gets drowned by honey. And one guy, he goes into, he falls. He slips down this tube. And it said that he's going there for a while, and he literally, I guess he's starting to go crazy or starving. But even though it's smooth and tight, it's grating against his skin, and it's, little by little pulling off, and he's relieved. So that's how horrible that is. And again, that's the SCP-015. How long is SCP-016? What is SCP-016? Okay, I think I saw that one. How long is this thing's been so far? 30 minutes. No, I better. I think I can continue on for a little bit. Sentient microorganism. SCP-016. Sentient microorganism. Item number SCP-016. Object class Keter. Special containment procedures. SCP-016 is to remain within the confines of a 5 by 5 by 5 by 5 by 5 meter room at all times, maintained at a temperatures not to exceed 0 degrees Celsius. SCP-016 itself is to remain in the petri dish in the containment cube at all times unless directed otherwise by level 4 or 5 personnel. Full documentation of experimentation with SCP-016 must be submitted before and after samples, and duplicates of SCP-016 may be taken. Failure to follow these procedures will result in termination or reassignment as a Class D personnel. Best termination. Only authorized personnel may be permitted to obtain samples of experiment with SCP-016 under BCL containment conditions. If an outbreak does occur during following the aforementioned procedures, directive-based personnel are to implement a Code Sigma lockdown and containment plan. Infected personnel are to be terminated on-site by security forces wearing standard mission-oriented protective posture, or MOP, anti-biological and biological chemical equipment. Should the infection not be contained after 48 hours, the on-site nuclear device, there's only one U, is to be detonated. Remaining personnel are not to be evacuated under any circumstances. Go down with the ship, even if you're not the captain, because you'll take everybody else down if you escape. Oh, I love that sound. SCP-016 has been shown to survive up to 6 hours on hard surfaces and up to several minutes in air. High intensity ultraviolet light and high concentrations of orthophthaldehyde solution have been demonstrated to be effective in disinfecting non-organic surfaces. Description: SCP-016 is a blood-borne pathogen recovered from a mine worker in Blank who injured himself while working in a deep coal seam. Said wound became contaminated with coal dust from the mine, possibly infecting the worker with dormant spores. Over the next several days, SCP-016 proceeded to infect the remaining employees at the mining camp, as well as the CDC crisis team dispatched to deal with the epidemic. Foundation personnel then took over the investigation and terminated all affected personnel. Patient Zero was brought into captivity and the mine shaft was collapsed by an explosive device. SCP-016 has an incubation period ranging from 24 to 2 years. So, after 2 years and give a day and you don't show symptoms, you're fine, depending on the presence and number of other human hosts in the area. First symptoms resemble the common cold and include itchy eyes, runny nose, coughing, and bodily aches. Phase 2 begins in 48 hours and consists of controlled form of hemorrhagic fever as the organism causes a small amount of blood to become aspirated in the lungs, creating an aerosol effect. During the phase 3, the host crashes and bleeds out, bleeding profusely from every bodily orifice, including the nose, tear ducts, anus, skin pores, mouth, urethra, and in case of females, something else. Blood pressure skyrockets during the final stages. Hosts have been observed projectile vomiting blood up to distance over 5 meters. Should the host survive this near total exsanguination, the pathogen will become dormant once more, returning to incubation phase. Incubation phase. What distinguishes SCP-016 from other strains of hemorrhagic fever, such as Ebola and Marburg, is its unusual response to high stress. So the subject undergo a high stress situation like as a life-threatening crisis, the organism will change its survival tactic from rapid reproduction to the rewiring of the host DNA and stimulation of rapid cell division. Major psychological changes occur within the first 24 hours with complete bodily reconstruction occurring within 2 weeks' time. Most hosts do not survive the process due to the heavy demands on the body. An interesting side effect of the transformation is increased aggressive urge. It is believed that this may be an attempt to maximize the spread of the virus in a manner similar to rabies. On another note, subjects who undergo bodily transformation no longer appear to exhibit SCP-016's hemographic properties. However, subjects infected by transformed hosts will undergo the normal SCP-016 infection process. Is this still recording? Okay, it better be still recording. It better be still recording. Addendum. Experiment log of SCP-016's transformative properties. SCP-016-D1 D-Class personnel infected by SCP-016 upon first showing symptoms, the subject's quarters were slowly flooded with water over a 24-hour period. SCP-016 mutated into a teratomorphic state, transforming subject's lungs into gills. Subject survived for 2 more weeks as SCP-016 transformed its limbs into fins, caused its eyes to atrophy, and enhanced its sense of hearing into a cetacean-type echolocation ability. Subject was terminated by draining all water from its quarters, causing it to asphyxiate. Body was subsequently cremated without autopsy. It was put into a crematorium, but it was not... Yeah. Subject D-16-2 D-Class personnel infected by SCP-016. Upon first showing symptoms, subject's quarters were slowly flooded with water over a 24-hour period. SCP-016 mutated into a teratomorphic state, causing subject to undergo rapid muscular growth and increased bone growth on knuckles. Subject then attempted to escape from confinement by punching through the reinforced steel door. Subject was not successful and died slowly. So here's my question. Did it know what happened to the other one? Like, was it able to let the other one know, hey, I know you know that I know that you know that lungs aren't going to do you any good because they're just going to, take out all the water. So don't try that. Do something else. Note, same situation, 2 different responses. Interesting. Dr. Blank. Oh, there's something sticky on my cup. Subject D-016-3. D-Class personnel infected by SCP-016. Subject was previously a chemical engineer who poisoned his wife upon discovering her adultery. Upon first showing symptoms, subject's quarters were slowly flooded with water over a 24-hour. SCP-016 mutated into a teratomorphic state, causing subject to grow an unusual organ on its chest, consisting of a chamber and 2 separate tubes. Organ continued to take in water and swell in size, until Foundation personnel, realizing what SCP-016 may be attempting, terminated the subject by gunshot. Organ was found to contain several gas sacs filled with acetylene gas and oxygen, which I assume means it was going to blow up. Subject D-016-4. Class personnel infected by SCP-016. Subject was told to concentrate on forming wings. No stress was applied. SCP-016 did not mutate into a teratomorphic state. Subject died during extinguishing during Phase 3. Subject D-016-5. D-Class-5. D-Class personnel infected by SCP-016 subject was told to concentrate on forming wings and placed in an acrylic box suspended 305 meters or 1,000 feet above a mine shaft. A timer was placed outside the box, which subject was told to indicate the time to release. SCP-016 mutated into teratomorphic state, causing subject to grow a tentacle-like organ on his left wrist similar to a spider spinneret. Subject extended said organ through one of the box's air holes and extruded a strong silk-like substance, which it then used to secure the box to the cable. Subject was terminated when the countdown reached 0 and the bomb detonated. I drank 5 cups of water today, and I think that did help. I'm drinking Coke Zero now, and I don't think that's helping. But yeah, there is a bomb. Footnotes. Due to their similarities as fatal contagions that stimulate the production of excess organs, a possible link to SCP-1801 is under investigation. And here's the citation in case I forgot to it. How long is this next one? Okay, I think I can do this one. This one's not too bad. Let me just... It's not about time. It's about how much my throat wants to cooperate. If it says no more, I'm not going to perform miracles, then, well, I'm done. Item number SCP-017. Object Class Heater. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-017 is contained in an acrylic glass cage 10 centimeters by 50 centimeters by 50 centimeters, centrally suspended in a concrete room measuring 6 meters by 6 meters by 4 meters. Attached to the walls, ceilings, and floor of the room are high-intensity arc lamp spotlights pointed directly at the acrylic cage to ensure that SCP-017 is constantly exposed to light from every angle. Personnel assigned to SCP-017 control room are to monitor the functionality of the spotlights and the emergency generator system and call for maintenance immediately upon knowledge of a burnt-out lamp or an issue with the generator. The only circumstances under which personnel are allowed to entrance is to replace lamps. Personnel entering the room are required to wear the designated full-body reflective suits and must be cautioned not to step in front of the functional spotlights. Description: SCP-017 is a humanoid figure approximately 80 centimeters in height, anatomically similar to a small child, but with no discernible or identifying features. SCP-017 seems to be composed of a shadowy smoke-like shroud. No attempt to find any object underneath the shroud has been successful, but the possibility has not been ruled out. SCP-017's reaction to shadow cast upon it is immediate and swift. SCP-017 leaps at the object, casting the shadow and completely encloses it in its shroud, whereupon it returns to its normal size, leaving no trace of the object behind. Additional notes. Personnel with beta clearance or higher should see document number 17-01. Well, here's the license. I don't see where 17-01 is. It's not here. Is that like the point? There is no 17-01? Well, let's see how long the next one is. If it's not too bad, then yeah, I'll see it. Okay. And then, well, I'll go here. Super Ball. How long is this one? Okay, throat, can you handle this much length? I think so. Excuse me, I burped. Item number SCP-018. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-018 is to be contained in a specialty metal restraint inside of a 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter sealed box lined with heavy synthetic padding. The sealed box is then submerged in the center of a 10 meter by 10 meter polythene holding tank. If SCP-018 is to break free from the holding tank, the polythene-based glue will slow down kinetic activity enough for proper retrieval by containment personnel. Personnel entering SCP-0118's holding chamber are to wear specialized plating found inside of SCP-01 observation and a breathing apparatus before being lowered into the polythene tank. If SCP-018 is loose outside the polythene tank, personnel are advised to secure themselves in a separate room and close doorways or hatches to isolate SCP until containment teams arrive. Yeah, this thing is scary. My hands are sticky and I don't know what I touched. Description: SCP-018 has the appearance of a super ball made by the Whammo Company in 1969. Nice. It is 6 centimeters in diameter and colored red. Found when Blank Company was hired to clean out a warehouse that had Whammo merchandise in it. SCP-018 was noted to be able to bounce with extreme height. At first thought to be a pleasant child's toy, SCP-018 was able to bounce with over 200% efficiency. That is, if one dropped 1 meter, it would bounce 2 meters. And then 4, then 8, and 16. The ball soon became a dangerous projectile, reaching speeds estimated at over 100 kilometers per hour, and damaging property and injuring 5 people in the city of Blank. It came to a rest after several days in the lake of Blank, and was retrieved by SCP personnel due to its speed of the object and the total surprise by its victims. No cover-up story was required or initiated. I mean, if I got killed by a rubber ball that somebody saw come down, hit me in the head, and then take off, I would hope that whoever saw that take place was freaked out enough to kind of require an explanation as to what was going on. So I'm offended by the people who passed away during this event. I'm offended for them. I gotta remember not to clear my throat like that anymore because apparently it's bad on the vocals. Okay. Document number 18-4, message 205-blank. Blank. I hope everything is well. The reason I write to you is because I believe I have found a more effective method of retrieving new or escaped SCP objects. Yes, I realize we haven't had any progress in reverse engineering whatever allowed this thing to defy the laws of thermodynamics. But we have come up with a very effective method for interrogating one of those new SCP-A5 armor suits. For integrating one of those new SCP-A5 armor suits with this. Just hear me out. We implant it into the bottom of a boot, rig up a little bit of a mechanical device, and tada, the suit is now capable of jumping well over a building. Also, if the wearer has their foot against something they want dead, well, let's just say it delivers a hella kick. All I need is permission to modify one of the pre-existing SCP-A5 units, and you'll be able to accurately capture Blank, plus any other escaped SCP objects. Trust me, when have I let you down in the past? Dr. Blank. Did I show this? I hope I showed that. It's really hard not to clear your throat. Document number 18-06, letter to Blank. Dr. Blank. Upon assignment, Agent Blank was issued your modified SCP-A5 armor and retrieving SCP Blank, and the results are mixed. Agent Blank was able to place the Blank collar onto SCP Blank and chase it through the Amazon and restrain it by dismemberment. However, due to a malfunction on your little mechanical device, he was launched almost a mile into the air and suffered 2 broken legs, 7 broken ribs, a missing arm, and a skull fracture upon hitting the water of Lake Blank on the way back down. You will fix that before I authorize your armor for common use. Boy, you know, considering his armor got somebody basically, I don't want to say ended, but it sounds like their career is kind of ended. Let's see how the doctor responds to this sad news. SCP number, document number 18-11, message to 05-blank. Blank, don't worry, it's fixed, but I have some more ideas. If I can be granted the use of some water from SCP-006, hell no. SCP Blank and possibly SCP Blank, I can deliver you a set of SCP-5A armor. Why am my throat's gonna go on strike? I can deliver you a set of SCP-A5 armor and an agent that can capture any, if not all, rogue or unattained SCPs. All I'm waiting for is your approval. Wow, he did not give a shit about that guy he nearly killed. Like, he could not have cared any less. Like, the way that this ball doubles energy that it receives, this guy has the amount of concern that the higher ups mad about him. This guy has the amount of concern that he got from the guy who was mad at him from the higher up. Damn, man. Didn't give a shit. Damn. Okay, no, my throat is not going to be able to handle this. My voice is on its last leg, and it only had 2 to start with. So, yeah, I'm going to call it quit for right now. I'll be probably back. I'm going to try for, what's today? Saturday. Depending on how my throat recovers. But yeah, so this is Sagayote signing out. You guys have a good one. Bye.